Do we want to have kids?
This is the question, so funny. Huh?
How did we film? How did we upload? Okay, cut from the start again.
Anailew ita.
And welcome back to our channel. In this video we're going to do a little life update and Q&A. I'll start with giving you a little life update. So I went to Belgium to visit my friends and family for a couple of weeks. Anne stayed here to watch after the house and the dogs and to surf and to fish. And yeah, so now I'm back and it's been really nice to be back. I'm doing this old school with papers. I didn't end up filming any videos in Belgium. Time just went by so quickly and I thoroughly enjoyed the time with family and friends. Also the microphone port on the camera broke as I was flying back to Belgium. Maybe you noticed in the last video the sound quality wasn't great. And I didn't end up buying a new camera until like the last minute before leaving back to Indonesia. So yeah, that's why I didn't film. But I think I definitely will someday. Hopefully next time when we go together, we can make a video, right?
Yeah, that would be mungkin kacau le. Pasti asik juga.
One big change on the island is that we have Starlink internet now. So when... Oh, what was that? A coconut? Kelapa. So that when I was gone, we could just talk and video call, which we've never been able to do before. Well, not since we're living here. So yeah, that was cool. Okay, I think that's it for the life update. So the first question that everyone really wants to know is, how did we meet? Maybe for that we have to go back a little bit to where you are from and where I'm from.
Saya asli orang Sagulube, bagian pantai barat. Jadi bapak meninggal waktu umur 10 tahun saya sama mama pindah di Siberut. Kami bersaudara, ada 5 saudara. Waktu Bang Peter kerja di resort, jadi waktu saya berhenti sekolah, dia kerja di resort pertama, langsung dia ajak saya kerja di sana, oke, gini-gini. Gaji tidak juga terlalu bagus, tapi saya mau belajar pengalaman, cari bagaimana orang kerja, cari uang. Ya, saya coba sedikit surfing, akhirnya sedikit candu. Ya, lama saya di pulau mungkin 10 tahun lebih.
And then, so Anne was working in one of the surf resorts, and I was traveling because of surfing, because in Belgium, well, okay, no, let's go back. So I'm originally from Belgium, and I started surfing when I was around 17, 18 years old because of my sister. She started surfing first, and then she convinced me to go with her, but the surf in Belgium isn't great. So me and my sister first, we started traveling a lot for surfing, and then when I did my university degree, I went abroad to do an internship abroad, and then
Yeah.
and after that, and I met a lot of people through traveling, and so one of those people I met ended up working in one of the surf camps here, and that's how I came here first, because I knew that guy, and I came here first in 2016 to surf, and that's when we met the first time at a surf spot called
2000 berapa? 16.
Yeah, 2016 at a surf spot called Pit Stops. Still one of our favorite spots to this day. And we just met, and I liked Anne from the start because he was much more like humble than all the other guys. Like, he just said hello, but not like nothing too pushy or nothing. You were just normal, I thought. And of course he looked good. But so yeah, we met then, but we didn't start hanging out. And then I was here for about a month, and then the next year I came back, and that's when I started working at one of the surf resorts here, and it was the one right next to the one where he was working. So we saw each other almost every day in the surf, and we started hanging out, and the rest is history, right? Yeah. Well, no, we got set up by the crew, actually, the other crew that was working there. which was really funny. Like they told me Anne liked me, and they told Anne that I liked him, sort of thing. So yeah, and then so we've been together ever since March 2017, and then we got married in March 2022 here in Siberut, in the church in Siberut, and yeah, that's the story of how we met.
Yeah.
Next question. This one kind of follows the first one. Do we want to have kids? Yes. Yeah. If we are lucky enough to get them, yes.
Go.
Yeah. So we'll see. What are our thoughts on surf tourism and tourism in general here?
Kalau untuk zaman ini, tahun sekarang ini masih belum banyak juga turis di mana-mana.
Yeah, I think so far the tourism here has been a positive impact on the local community, because everything up until now is still very small scale. So there are some surf resorts, surf camps here, but when I say surf resort, it's very small, very boutique. Like most camps take 12 guests maximum. There's only a couple that take like 20, 25. But yeah, that's still all very small scale. So if it continues like that, I think that's a good thing. It's had a positive impact also on, like you say, on people here. People still kept their culture and their beliefs, but like also were able to learn a bit English or learn how to surf. So yeah, so far so good. Let's hope it can continue that way.
Ada negatif, ada positifnya sedikit di tengah-tengahnya sekarang.
Yeah, it's always like that. And yes, it's been pretty crowded in the surf here. But yeah, it is what it is. We're all part of it, I guess. Okay, what are your future plans? What are we busy with now? And what are we gonna do when, now that the house is finished?
Itu susah kita jelaskan ya. Untuk masa depan tidak terlalu kita pikirkan.
Yeah.
Dia pasti ada, tapi kita jalankan aja dengan baik-baik.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not really big future planners. But at the moment we're trying to figure out some things in the house. Like we still don't have running water because there's leaks and so we have to figure out where it comes from and how to fix it and things like that. And yeah, we are stoked to be making more YouTube videos because now we have Starlink, so it's gonna be so much easier to upload. This was also a question many people had, like how did we film, how did we upload when we didn't have electricity or Wi-Fi? So how we did it was I can film and edit everything offline. To charge the camera, that was sometimes a bit difficult, so we had like a little solar panel with a car battery, so I could charge it in the day. But sometimes I was in the middle of filming and then I had to stop, charge it for a few hours, and then continue the next day. Things like that. Same for my laptop. I would edit 2 or 3 hours, then charge the laptop. But whilst the laptop was charging, we couldn't charge anything else because it's like only a very small battery. So it was usually like a few hours editing, then wait, do it again a few days later. And then once the video was finished, we would drive out with our boat to somewhere with good 4G signal or Wi-Fi, either at one of the surf camps or at the village. And we mostly went to Anne's brother and his wife, who have a little surf camp not far from us. So it was nice, we could upload and also hang out and chat with them at the same time. Because uploading was always taking 3-4 hours. Because the 4G isn't that good here either. Okay. Do we accept visitors to our place? So we don't have like a homestay or anything, and we're not planning to. But as I said, Anne's brother has. So if you want to come to the Mentawai, definitely check out their place. I will put their name down here.
Yeah.
How big is the problem with malaria on the island? I think there's not that much malaria here. There is dengue, But yeah, there's not much you can do about that. We don't take any malaria pills or anything like that. But we just always sleep under a mosquito net. In the evening, I always wear long pants and put on mosquito spray on my feet, and that's it.
Ada orang bilang dulu kalau sakit malaria obatnya ada semut merah itu yang sakit biasa itu sekarang ini. Biarkan dia kamu digigit sama dia. Ya, tapi kami tidak percaya itu lelucon itu. Jujur.
Yeah. Okay, next question. Do you have any advice for aspiring off-grid or homesteaders? Things to expect, what we wish we would have known. I actually think this is my advice. It's better not to know too much. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, and just go for it and enjoy the process, and things will happen, you will face problems, but one thing at a time, and you can always find a solution for everything. Next question. What's been the toughest day on the island?
Yeah, the weather is a bit difficult if a lot of rain.
Yeah, that's true. If it's
Juga
raining a lot, it's annoying.
kalau hujan di mana itu. Kalau hujan 4 hari 1 minggu itu namanya makacau. Makacau le.
Yeah. Someone also asked what do we do for typhoons, but we don't have typhoons here. So we're in the Mentawai Islands in Indonesia, and there's no typhoons here. There's just big storms. But for me, the toughest day on the island, for me, is if we fight. That's just tough. Like, we're like any couple, we fight sometimes. So yeah, that's sometimes just difficult because it's like, where are you gonna go? You cannot go anywhere. You okay? Yeah, but then we have no choice but to make it up straight away, or otherwise it's not gonna be very fun here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Do you get cravings for Belgian things? Can you get them delivered to the island?
Ada pasti.
Yeah, me
Itu.
too. Especially, we have something called coffee cooker in Belgium. Yeah.
Itulah, kalau orang yang belum pernah coba pasti tidak tahu.
Yeah, exactly. You have to try it to know what is this. But I cannot get it delivered here because they have to be freshly made from a bakery. We have some pretty good desserts in Belgium. So yes, I definitely crave some stuff. Also things like dairy, like yogurt and cheese. Even in Belgium, I don't really eat that much. But in Indonesia, they don't really make that at all. Like I know in some shops, not in Mentawai, but like in Bali or stuff, you can buy it. But all the imported stuff, it's so expensive. So we never buy, or almost never buy any imported things. And yeah, but we do get sometimes stuff delivered. Like we can buy stuff online or order things. Like I bought this little top. It's from a brand called Ina Essentials. They're based in Bali. I will put a link down below if anyone is interested. Stop laughing.
Ale, what do you do?
And then, how are your local language skills after all these years? Was it hard to learn? So, mungkin saya pakai bahasa Indonesia aja untuk jawab ini kan. Saya pikir mungkin udah lumayan bahasa Indonesia saya.
Ya, mengerti banyak lah.
Iya, saya mengerti banyak. Saya bisa juga bicara banyak karena saya suka bicara.
Ya, mengerti juga Mentawai orang bicara,
Ya,
tapi pada saat mereka kamu ucapkan, jawab,
itu satu lagi.
susah
Ya.
sedikit.
Jadi di Indonesia ada bahasa Indonesia, tapi setiap region punya juga bahasa khusus. Jadi kalau
Bahasa
di
daerahnya,
ya bahasa airnya. Jadi di sini orang nggak pakai bahasa Indonesia, mereka pakai bahasa Mentawai. Itu beda kali. Jadi dia sama orang tuanya, sama saudaranya, sama temannya dia pakai bahasa Mentawai, bukan bahasa Indonesia. Dan itu sedikit susah untuk belajar karena itu hanya tidak ada yang ditulis atau apa, cuman orally. Tapi saya sudah lumayan mengerti juga. Mereka harus hati-hati apa yang mereka bilang sama saya. Saya sudah bisa mengerti. Ya kan?
Iya.
So, yeah, itu dia. If any Indonesians are watching this, let me know in the comments what you thought of my explanation in Indonesian just now. I think I want to make a video about the Mentawai language soon, explain a bit more, and give you a bit more background information because it's quite interesting. I think I really like languages, so I think it's interesting. I hope you do too. Oh yeah, here. How did you get your dogs? This you, because Anne got them. I wasn't here when you got them.
Saudara kay Maman kay Mandelpi yang tetangga. Mereka juga ada kebun di sini, jadi ada pondok. Kalau rumah mereka aslinya di Tiop, Sperut.
So Anne got them there. There was like a whole lot of puppies, so
Yeah.
he took 2 of them. So Zephyr and Killa are brothers.
Yeah.
Even though they're very different character and they look very different, they're
Yeah.
brothers.
One with that tail,
Yeah.
one
One with the mustache.
mustache.
And also, you also kind of already answered another question: is if we have any neighbors or the other people live on the island. So yes and no. So as you said, there are other people that live sort of close by. They have like small huts here that they come a few months a year here to harvest coconuts or bananas. So they have they call gardens here. So they'll come here to harvest those things and then they'll go back to the village because they have their main house on the main island. It's mostly the men that come here, sometimes with their wives, but not a lot of children because the children have to go to school and there's no schools or anything on the island. So usually it's only the men that come here to work, to harvest, and then go back to the village where the wives and children are. And then there's also like the surf camps. So there's a handful on this island, and the owners and the crew of those camps, they live there usually around 10 months a year. Most camps here are open around 10 months a year. Some of them full time, but most not. And then there's one other guy who lives like us. He actually lives 20 minutes walking from us, so that's really nice. And he's married to someone from Anne's family. Whenever we need something, we always ask him for help, and same, we help him a lot as well. So that's really nice. One more. Oh yeah, this is funny. Is it scary with all the wild animals? I guess you're talking about the snakes and things like that. Yeah, it sometimes is scary, but we are always very careful. You don't just do whatever here.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. You have to when you go out in the forest.
Tidak.
Yeah, you don't just go dashing around mindlessly.
Kalau pergi ke hutan, ke gunung, pasti selalu pakai parang.
And we also always bring the dogs.
Ya, kebetulan ada anjing.
Yeah.
Punya anjing, dia ikut, bagus.
And then one more, it's a bit same. How do you deal with insects? Yeah, as I said before, just sleep under a mosquito net and wear long pants in the evening. And I think in general it's not too bad. Yes, there's a lot of mosquitoes and cockroaches and other little crawly things, but you get so used to them. It's not a big deal for us. Well, okay, sometimes I complain a lot about the mosquitoes, but...
It's the question, so funny.
And how is it with the solar panels? Everything working fine? Yes.
Solar panel mungkin masih baru-baru kan bagus.
Yeah.
Jalan bagus, tapi tidak tahu lah kalau sudah lama.
Yeah, let's hope it stays like that. But so far, so good. We are super happy with it.
Yeah.
I still cannot believe it that we have electricity. I keep walking around at night using my torch inside the house, forgetting I can just turn on the light switch. Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, we're super happy with it. Next question. Are there things that were harder or easier than you expected? Maybe harder I think is a bit difficult, but I guess the logistics part of it, maybe I didn't fully grasp on how many things we were gonna need and how many times we would have to order stuff. But yeah, it's not really too bad. What was definitely easier than I thought is like how like we can adapt. I feel like I would have never thought that I could sleep on the floor because we slept on a bamboo mat on the floor for 2 years. We didn't have a bathroom. It was like wild camping for 2 years, and it was like fine. Like you get used to it so easily. I think that's I would have thought this was going to be harder, but it was
Well,
actually
I
easier.
am used to it.
Yeah, you're used to it. Exactly, but I wasn't. And
I'm living the wild place.
but
so.
in the end, I felt so comfortable sleeping on the floor. It was nice and cold, and it doesn't matter. Like you get used to going to the well, carrying the water, doing everything. Yeah, that's like I would have never thought it would be so easy to adapt for me. I think, yeah. But lucky it was. And then, how can we support you and the channel? Do you have an Amazon wish list or something? No, we do not, because there's no Amazon in Indonesia. But you can support us, of course, by watching, which you're doing. So thank you so much for that. And leaving a comment, liking the video, things like that.
Surabaya.
Yeah. And if you want to support us more, you can, but you don't have to. But if you do, we are definitely very grateful. I'm working on setting up Buy Us a Coffee and a Patreon. So if I figure it all out before I post this video, I will definitely put a link down below. And yeah, we're excited to keep on making videos in the future. And I think that's it. I think that's most of the questions. I hope you found some answers here. Thank you so much for watching until here. And if this is the first time you watch us and you're curious about everything we've talked about, you want to find out more, we have a bunch of other videos on our channel, so definitely go check out one of them. Thanks again for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Kau